Howdy, folks. Dr. Jeff Camarda with This Week in Wealth, Friday, February 19th, 2021. I hope to make this relatively brief. Couple of important things. The first is, as you know, we've got a really big press. It's important to address taxes and estate planning and so forth. But kind of a sidebar to that, which I encourage you to do, is to get your kids involved in the estate planning process as we have, Kim and I have ours, so they understand basically what's going on, what their duties would be as trustees, how to protect themselves from divorce or so forth, and basically how to run the family fortune. And that's something that, I consider a sacred honor to help your family kind of guide it from generation to generation. So I'm very, very available to you to help get your kids in the loop and really get involved in, to the extent you feel comfortable, and you should, properly presented, that you feel comfortable in doing that. So we're happy to help if you want. Second is, on a somewhat somber note, Dan Howell, one of our personal wealth advisors, will probably be moving on in the near term, certainly by summer, if not sooner. And while we miss him, I thought it's important to kind of, give you guys the big picture. Change and turnover is inevitable. The only constants really, I think, I would say, are me and Kim and a couple of the old stalwarts like Joyce has been around forever, and some other folks, the real hardcore. But, it's just the nature of human interaction that people's lives change. We wish Dan the best. We love him. And I think I can probably find a way to keep him around long enough to do a nice smooth transition and have him help interview his replacement and introduce and so forth. But he's got some changes going on in his life personally that I'm not going to get into, that really make this the path that he's got to follow. One thing I will tell you, which I was kind of astonished by, the significant factor in his decision is the cost of health insurance, which I was just astonished at how expensive it is. According to Kim, I guess it cost us like $40,000 just for our family. And this is a real problem I was unaware of that we're going to have to really wrestle with. I'm not sure we can do anything this year, but it's just astonishing how expensive that is, and obviously has a big impact on a team and human resources and so forth. So any more on that as things develop. The next thing was a great article I read last night before going to sleep in the Wall Street Journal that this was a Johns Hopkins doctor, prominent doctor, saying that he expects the U.S. will have herd immunity by the end of April. And he's kind of an outlier opinion, but he made some very convincing arguments. And certainly if you look at the caseload, it's dropping precipitously. So he may be right. I certainly hope that he is. Here's another piece from my law school class last night. Thank you, professors at Georgetown. And I'm just going to read this to you quickly. The watch out, here comes the tax man, again, from my law class, February 18th. Gee whiz, that was just yesterday. IRS Commissioner expects more funding, radical staffing boost. The IRS Commissioner Charles Reddick said he expects the agency will receive additional funding from Congress, enabling radical staffing increases over the next several years. During a Wednesday virtual event hosted at the New York City Bar, he said he recently met with the Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, to discuss the direction of the IRS and help the agency needs in the department and Capitol Hill. And I won't blather on about all of this, but that is certainly a wake-up call that the federal government will be stepping up their attempts to raise and collect taxes. And going forward, good, solid, sound, well-researched tax strategy is going to be extremely important in preserving family health. And the last thing that I will not bore you with, but share, and this is from this morning's Wall Street Journal. You may have seen it, but the Pfizer shot is highly effective after one dose. And apparently, this stuff is so strong or so effective that having to have two shots, which has been the protocol so far, may not be necessary. And I guess Britain has done this in order to extend the supply and get more people vaccinated quickly. I think they've already vaccinated a third of their population, if I remember correctly. So that's really, really, really good news. And if adopted in the United States, would certainly boost, if you'll forgive the pun, the immunization of the entire population for the benefit of us all. And finally, Kim is working on, she's got great news from the investment board, doing a smash up job as our chief technical analyst. And she is recording her video now as I speak. I think hopefully Rick will be able to get both of these stitched together and out to you this afternoon. And that's it for Dr. Jeff Camarda's desk. That's This Week in Wealth. Until next time, thank you so much. Stay warm, stay dry, and stay safe. Adios for the night.